Like a belly shot as soon as the video starts.
That's good. Get us more views, Eric.
Okay, cool.
Do we have a
Are
way
we
to like
live?
get
You're
it?
live.
All right.
Woo! Hello.
Hello.
We got 1 minute, and then we'll introduce. Everyone prepare. And then we give people a chance to join before we start.
What's the black liquid?
Oh, that is homemade
That's
Dr.
my black
Pepper.
liquid.
You guys
my
are-
God.
you guys
Not
are
actually homemade, but I have a huge problem when it comes to soda.
Sure.
And I can't stop. I've accepted that about myself. So what I can do is try and find the healthiest close thing. And SodaStream homemade, like the home soda flavors, are slightly healthier.
Okay.
So I'm keeping myself a couple years away from cancer
Good for you.
or heart disease.
Hello.
I'm checking audio.
There's some audio. And
Yeah.
it's here.
Can
now.
you hear us, Robert?
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you all very clearly, but you're behind. So when you asked if I could hear
Oh,
you,
that's Twitch.
well, that
for
makes
you.
sense.
Yeah. I'm actually realizing too, our webcam, we aren't going to get very close. It might be kind of
gonna have
difficult
to
to
walk
see the
up.
pumpkins.
Yeah.
On occasion.
Like
you're
maybe
"Here it
it's
is."
Well-
something of.
We'll try and do this while discussing things, and then also, hey, anyone who's watching that's not part of it yet, go join our Discord, and Nicole will we can post pictures of what we did there on the Discord.
Hell yeah.
It will be worth it.
They will be 2 out of
it'll be
definitely.
worth it for one of the pumpkins.
Yeah,
I think
one
when-
of these will be worth it.
1.5.
I think when one of
Uh,
your friends joined the Discord, it made me realize that you can pick 2 favorite verbal colors or like verbal elements.
I didn't even know that.
Which I didn't know. I use fire and ice. And
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
like, that's
it the
that sounds
Game of
illegal.
Thrones
That doesn't
verbal
sound
combo?
okay.
All right, well, we'll do an actual introduction. Welcome, whoever's watching, to another Verbal Wednesdays. Halloween edition. We're doing a pumpkin carving, I would say challenge, but I can't stress enough that one of these will be better. So,
Can't take the pressure.
Eric, good luck.
Watch, Kyle's will be the best one.
It might be.
I have an inner artist.
I know mine will be bad. Anyway, but we're just doing a pumpkin carving thing. We all chose verballs to carve. And we'll go through these in a second and kind of show you which ones we're going to do. And then maybe we'll walk them up for fear of maybe making the office messy. Maybe we will just post them on Discord and they'll sit outside of our office. I'm trying to think. Overall, like, announcements, we released a recent patch that included a Halloween skin. So people have early access. Go play if you want to see Orb in a fun little skin.
And
If
it's
you-
a great skin. The artist who did it is one of the really talented. I mean, obviously we got a lot of folks here that are good, but Gabe is just outstanding.
He does great. And there will be more updates to come. But if you haven't gotten early access yet, go check it out. Help support us developing and finishing the game. And also support indie dev. It's also a time that you get to input before the game's finished. So if there's things you like or dislike, it's the most likely you'll have to get it in the game. And be part of game dev. It's very fun. I think with that, we might as well start. I don't know if there's any, Rachel, is there any other announcements I'm missing or I'm forgetting?
I think we're good.
That's it? All right. Yeah, so we'll go through each of the verbals that we're going to do and show you guys which one is which. None of us are streamers, so, get used to our bad video.
Whoa.
Put it in the corner.
No, this is correct. This is how this works.
All right, so,
I'll be
Yeah,
doing
you guys-
Meteor.
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
This is really how we're doing this, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're live right now. There's no going back.
Oh,
There's-
it showed up on top of the other one. I guess I'm doing dragon.
Yeah.
Attempting to do dragon.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
But yeah, good luck.
How are you gonna do the eyebrows?
Oh, that one's Meteor again.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we never named the files, so that we
And
didn't know.
I'm playing it the
Well, we only have 2
safest.
minutes.
Yeah, we went 2 minutes.
The OG.
I'm playing it the safest. Yeah, I'm doing the OG verbal. And we're gonna see. Also, anyone who doesn't know us, I'll give you a little bit of overview of why I put things in a certain, how confident we are. We have a developer. We
Very
have
talented developer.
Very talented developer. We have a developer. Very talented
He's
developer.
okay.
All right. And then we have the art director, concept artist, and overall visionary of the game.
Hi.
So, you know,
general
it's-
progenitor of
yeah,
things.
yeah, we think we can dethrone him. We'll see.
Yeah, so we're saying Ryan's is gonna look amazing.
It's gonna look pretty good. And then Rachel isn't carving a pumpkin now because ran out of time for
Yeah.
gutting. But
Yeah.
eventually we will get her to carve one and post it.
Eventually.
Eventually, well, whenever she has time. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna start.
I think the thing is,
Putting it on
mine
the
just has a
back
big
You're
nose.
just sitting in front of a
and
screen.
I think I
Just
can
go
adapt
right
it into the nose of the other guy.
That's not.
What do you
Yeah.
think I have all the setup for?
Oh,
How are
ready
we not
for
finished
it.
already? This is really fast. I'm not doing
Do you want to gut it?
I don't
Maybe I
know.
it. Not doing
I
it.
Should
feel
totally
like
gut
you
it.
should.
It's gross. I don't like it.
Do you not want to be a part of the team?
Did you know that I almost
God.
gave up painting until I found watercolors because they weren't messy?
Wow.
Watercolors aren't messy?
Not
You
the
get
way
water
I do
everywhere.
it.
You have
Also-
to say, how do you use watercolors in a non-messy fashion?
I am very organized.
I
There's no cleanup because that's how I am.
believe you.
I don't know how many people out there have carved pumpkins, especially to the amateur level I am about to. But God, just prepare. Here's what I'm betting is going to happen to me today. I'm going to draw what I am going to try and carve. That's including, negative space to try and get some cool details. I will cut the wrong part. That's gonna happen. I almost guarantee
Of
it.
the pumpkin, to be clear.
Of the pumpkin. Maybe me. We'll see. But that'll be interesting. Then we'll
Try to
get.
stick it to the pumpkin at least.
Hey, you want front page on Twitch or don't you? So I think really the excitement and maybe betting polls here is how long does it take before I mess up?
Wait, do we get to win money for that?
Well,
Well,
legally
you're
not
part
on
of it, so
Twitch,
you can't
but
win
yeah.
money.
No, all I can do is bet. I'm not even. I'm not in the competition. There's no conflict of interest
That's true.
here.
Well, I'm getting a share of all the bets that go if I
You would
win.
get a
so.
BG backpack.
Oh,
I actually kind of need one of those.
I know.
That's
so, you want to gut it?
That's legit.
Do I want to get it? No, I want to win money by betting against Ryan.
take me 1v1 in blackjack. I dare you.
Blackjack.
Yeah, poker. We can do
Are
poker.
you good at blackjack?
Can any?
Only
It depends
one
where
way to
you're
get good
playing.
at
I thought
blackjack.
you were
Yeah.
gonna say like
He's lucky.
Magic the Gathering, and I was like, no, he'll win.
Well, I was gonna say that'd be unfair. I'd win in a landslide. That's my crippling addiction. Oh boy. Okay. All right.
He's gonna have a big old mouth, so I gotta figure out how to keep his mouth mostly intact with a gaping maw.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Oh, Okay, well, he has a nose. It's there.
Oh, somebody's already cutting.
Oh wow.
Ambition.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, I thought this is. If I finish first, then you guys have to stop too.
What?
Yeah.
The trick is just do a really bad job fast and therefore win.
Yeah.
Think
Oh.
how I'm gonna get his eyebrows out of here.
That's
Yeah.
the bottom of the pumpkin.
You're at the bottom of the
I've
pumpkin.
never seen
Well, I think this guy he has a flat side, and so I'm like,
Oh,
if you
you
want
gotta
a face,
use it.
if we want something that's
Oh,
larger,
Yeah.
I think I gotta do it this way.
See,
This
we've
way, I
got
might
creativity.
also have to
I like
chop
it.
up the lid, but
That'll be cool.
Turn the lid into
We'll
a
see.
stand.
Yeah. What do you need the lid for?
Wings.
Well,
And
no,
maybe
that's what I'm
horns.
saying. It's
Oh,
like,
I see,
yeah,
I
why
see.
you need the base lid?
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see.
True. All right.
Oh, are we gonna put candles in this after we've are done?
We should.
Yeah.
Honestly,
we
I was thinking we
definitely
put them in
have
front.
candles to do that.
But
we will get them.
if
I just ordered a bunch.
I'll say, in the off chance anyone sees this before Saturday, that is a Colorado resident or CU alum specifically, like Kyle and I. Saturday we're gonna be at
The what festival?
at Atlas. Was it the Atlas building at CU?
Yeah, it's a games
Yes.
festival at CU. Yeah, in the Atlas building. They've been doing it for a while now. And there are some cool speakers. I don't remember them right now, but
Oh, I'll look them up since you're handy.
yeah.
All right.
So far, the sketching of this pumpkin is going great.
I've successfully covered my hands in magic marker.
Wait, what are you using? Is that crayon?
Using a crayon.
You got crayon?
I have a marker. You're gonna welcome
Oh.
to get it all over yourself.
I bribed Rachel.
This is the one I used.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's very
nice.
effective at getting on your hands
Very.
and sketching.
Mm-hmm.
secondarily.
So question for you guys,
Calligraphy.
for
Yes.
each of you. What has been the hardest feature to implement in the game so far? Now that we got
I'll
a
let
little
Ryan
bit
go
more.
first.
Yeah. God, the hardest feature. Well, the hardest, probably the hardest has just been getting specific boss things to work and look good. Is probably, I would probably say, is like the hardest thing to get working. Second would be getting data to save correctly.
And I will agree. So far, the hardest part is bosses, because there's so many things that have to come together all at once for you to really get the full picture of what the boss is doing and have fun with it and it look cool.
It's one thing I learned was that honestly, doing a block, usually like I've not had a lot of experience having like an actual art team behind my stuff, so it's always ever been like start with blockouts. But I got the second I was able to do not starting with blockouts to have art behind it, then going and doing a blockout. Blockouts are so much harder to then fill in afterwards with art.
Yeah. When you have so many different like ideas for how something might work, that once you have at least some version of the art in place, you can be like, I see, or you can make something look
Yeah.
the way you envision it.
Oh man. Okay.
But
All right, and negative space begins.
I feel like Eric made the whole procedural system, but like refining it afterwards, and mainly just the thought of how like making a procedural level, and then if we need to change it, how is that change going to work?
Oh yeah.
That's probably been the biggest biggest thing I've thought the most about. But I don't know, being around a year of experience in Unreal, a lot of adapting to the engine. Like your first or second go of things doesn't always go perfectly, but but that's been getting easier.
I figured out the speakers at the festival. It's going to be Naomi Clark, who teaches at the NYU game part of NYU. And a guy named Josh Zhang, who is... Oh, crap, I've forgotten what he does.
I think I remember his main site is basically a resume portfolio, but it's for a bunch of different interactive, like, things he's done for companies and institutions.
Okay.
Just like more physical, tangible, hacked things. But
We've done stuff like that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
We are not at all allowed to talk about it, but we've done tons of stuff like that.
God.
I was gonna say the procedural system was doubly challenging, I imagine, for Kyle, because he had to take artist code and turn it into something.
yeah, it's blueprint code.
Yeah,
it happens a lot. But I don't know.
What am I doing here, Ryan? You gotta keep.
Another question
things
actually about
cut
the
those.
procedural generation is how hard is it to make the different tiles line up in the procedurally generated game? Is there something that you have to do while making them to make them fit?
Sure. So we all tiles have entrances and exits, and those are the things they're very specifically designed around by artists. But with the nature of how we're making things as you're going through a level, it's in order. Like tiles are placed down roughly in order, but it can create configurations where you normally have your one entrance that lines up to, or you have your one entrance and then multiple exits. But sometimes you can generation can make an accidental loop. So that's something. When that happens partially, we're okay with it because it feels like you can, as a player, you can break things a little bit. It can be fun to take a shortcut. But that has been one of the more challenging things of not only how do you make things line up, but how do you make it so they will never ever not, or never be invalid, never create something that is not a level. So there is a little wiggle room for the lining up, but yeah, there's more validation of how things need to be placed in that regard. If that makes sense. I think that's off the top of my head. But yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good, but I am at the exact part where I have to very much focus not to cut a part that I need to not cut. I'm like, okay, now the eyes, the goal, trying to leave the pupils as pumpkin, cut around it.
That's actually that's the same place that I'm at.
Yeah, and immediately I almost cut the eye out, and I was like, damn it.
See.
I almost knocked one of my teeth out. He's held on by just his gums.
I am now learning that these pumpkin carving kits are worth it and make this so much easier than using kitchen knives.
Is this your first time using a pumpkin carving?
Yeah,
kit?
we used to always use knives.
That is impressive.
How?
Well, they didn't end up looking good, you know.
Yes. It's about the journey.
It's about the journey. Let's get the hand off here. Yeah, the procedural system. Honestly, I don't think it's been too bad, like code setup wise. And the fact, like, I know Eric, you did a bunch of like cleaning up for when we kind of hopped on, so that we could find stuff, which was
Yeah.
nice.
I guess one of the
So
one
it's
of
not the
smaller
worst
bits of
project
it-
I've ever
yeah.
had to take over.
Like when you work
Oh, definitely.
solo for years and they're like, oh god, people
I
are
mean,
going to open
I
this.
think the main thing is that it's a functional project to start working on, right?
Yeah.
It's not half of
Yeah.
a project, so that was a newer experience than a lot of the consulting, making things from scratch myself, or
Yeah, for better or for worse, there was a lot of stuff already in place. Sometimes things you just have to put up with, and then other times, hopefully, well, good, that's already built.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think one thing that, especially having so long of just doing personal things,
Yeah.
it's just so easy to get like, well, because you just know they're never going to go anywhere. So you're just looking at blocked out assets and you're like, another thing that will never get finished. But instead starting a project that actually has like assets and like all this stuff done with it, it's like, it's so nice to have a thing, like a basis that isn't like just that block out stage.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's obviously advantages to starting from, code and blockouts, because you can really rough out design. The harder thing is the unfinished aspect, and even from a marketing perspective, if you're building indie games, having something finished visually that gives people a really good impression for what you're making is pretty important.
I mean,
But on AAA, you almost never do that because you're often going to discard that first
Most
round.
of your stuff.
Yes.
I was, well, me and Kyle are young devs here. Eric, you worked at? Have you worked on AAA? I know you've worked at game companies before here.
Well, I don't know if I would consider any of the things I worked on AAA. I think working on Jumpgate Evolution and a little bit of Lego Universe and stuff. I'd say those
That's
are
right.
AAA tertiary, but
Yeah, Lego Universe seems pretty big. I mean, I guess I didn't know the working condition, but
I mean, it was a big studio. I would say
Yeah.
by size alone, yes.
yeah.
for Ryan saying that we're young developers, this is like seeing Lego Universe ads in middle school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That was around.
Lego Universe, I'm like, that's like my old school game.
Do you have what was your favorite game to work on?
That's a good question. I mean, I worked on a handful of kind of MMO stuff and a handful of mobile games and things.
What's the MMO stuff actually? Or
Well,
Lego
Jumpgate
Universe.
and Lego Universe were both MMOs. I think for at least one of the things I got to see from start to finish and kind of supporting a live game was Dragons and Titans, and it was cool to just build 40 some odd different dragons.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
sick.
That's why I became a modeler. That's
And it was fun. Towards the end, really got to experiment, similar to Verballs, by okay, we've done every traditional type of dragon. What are we doing next? A xenomorph dragon, or
oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey, now I need. Honestly, you know what? I don't know if people on camera can see that. Oh, not at all. Well, not so bad.
That's looking
I mean,
great.
yeah, not
That's
too
clearly
bad.
a verbal.
Yeah.
He's so happy.
He's so happy.
It is.
He's gonna destroy your local ecosystem.
He's gonna. Yeah, he's a virus.
Yeah, we're setting these out in front of the building. Right?
yeah.
Toothpicks will be very necessary.
Yeah.
Mhm. Got to clear away some of his inner tendrils.
See, when I'm gonna get to the part where I've left the things I've planned and now start adding in detail, and it's
Yeah.
like that's where it's gonna start to look really bad.
The block out looks great.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, see, yeah.
Yeah.
We did get a comment from Bebo saying, Verbal's MMO when.
Yes.
I mean, how would that work? Like, what would?
I mean, that's after we do the VR version.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like it just creates the image of a nightmarish. You pick up a Verbal and shove it into your face, and like it's. Yeah. I guess that is something that VR games like do. They like to
Yeah.
like make
Yeah,
you put on the goggles.
I mean,
make
it's
you,
not
like,
a terrible idea. I've thought about it often because you have the two claws, you have the guy that you're holding, and you could literally pick up a guy and just shove him into your chest where the Verbal eats it.
Listen, guys, I gotta figure out if we can do a Switch port first. All right, let me.
If it was like 2016, then like we get the funding for sure.
Yeah,
It's gonna be huge.
it's gonna be. You understand? There's balls everywhere.
It was more challenging than I thought to cut off like a layer, like the outer rind.
Oh, like
I'm
carve in.
Yeah.
Similarly,
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Yeah,
and
kind of like
failing.
whittle.
Yeah.
Need like a it would have been good. Well, these probably aren't that sharp.
No, I
As like a fucking a cheese grater.
Oh,
Yeah, or like the for Parmesan, like a super thin one.
I have an idea. Okay. I'm gonna go like this. There we go. It's like once you cut the pupil, it's fragile.
Yeah.
You can't like carve at it. So you can pop it clean off.
Oh yeah.
So you have to like put your hand where the knife is.
Hey kids, don't listen to any. You know, if we have anyone under the age of 18 watching, don't listen to our knife advice.
That's why we call him Four Fingers Ryan.
For bosses, how do you decide the balance of bosses? One is too hard versus too easy.
Well, it starts with me just seeing how hard I can until I have a tough time, and then that's where it stays until other people try it and see. The problem is I'm I wouldn't say I'm like necessarily good at games, but games are my favorite media and I play them a lot, which means that my boundary of difficulty is a little bit higher than a lot of people's. So often I get tweaked down on the difficulty I've made at baseline.
You know, I
Part
feel
of my
like-
art pass is I couldn't finish this, Ryan. I changed it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why so many developers like to make rage games as like side projects.
Yeah.
Just because like if you're making something, like it's actively easier to do something that is really hard that you can barely beat, and then you know that the person who hasn't developed the game is gonna have a lot harder time.
Well,
But
it's
then
really,
like moving it down is like
Finding a balance
Yeah.
is way harder than just making it hard.
yeah. Well, it's funny because actually a lot like my closest friends, we all well, most of us met in a game design, like the game design high school.
Sure.
And that school would include doing game jams every so often that would technically be like a week of school time, or we had one that was like over a weekend in the school. And no, did you mess up?
no, you don't need to.
Everyone looking last.
This is how it's supposed to be.
You did get it on video.
It's true.
Are we using fork things instead of toothpicks?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
snap
Go ahead.
times.
But one of the ones we made was a 3D platformer that was just no balance, as hard as we could make it, and it was like the only balance was if I could prove that I had done it once, that it meant it went in.
Mario Maker rules. like-
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. And oddly enough, not a lot of people who played it after could beat it. Yeah, who'd have guessed? Oh. Hey guys, I gotta say, I'm honestly pretty proud of how well this pumpkin's going so
Turning
far.
out awesome.
Yeah, yours is.
And your workspace
I've-
is way cleaner than mine.
I've given you no feedback at all, and you're already actually kind of killing it.
I've been an artist this whole time.
What?
Knew it.
And why is there so much Z fighting on the kit bash
well-
that sets you in?
I never said a good artist.
Just thinking of Z.
Yeah,
Z
we're all
fighting on a
artists.
pumpkin. I'm just-
Just
You-
like we're all programmers.
You know, maybe it's because I
Are
like.
we, though?
Yeah, true. Maybe it's because I like anime too much, but I still kind of believe that Z fighting is solely a reference to Dragon Ball Z.
Oh God, that's
The
terrible.
Z Fighters, I like it.
But it kind of works because the flickering you see also looks like
Yeah.
the fighting animation. So I was always like, oh yeah, that has to be what
Are
it
you
is.
trying to like? It's not a feature, or it's not a bug. It's a feature. This
No,
artifact of
this is
bad
tr-
3D art.
This is truly something I thought was real. Like I straight up thought that is where the name came from for
Well,
the
just-
longest time.
I
Our
like
next-
the way with you phrasing it that it's not just that like, oh, I think it can be like this. It's like that is the only explanation.
That's-
There's specifically.
I
not
straight
any
up
other.
thought I was like
That's
for
a
the
good one.
longest
we
time.
are a bunch of nerds. so-
Yeah.
I
It
feel
really
like
had
we
no
should
chance.
do
But no,
that
it's
for
good.
our next game. We should just build the art style around Z fighting assets.
Uh-huh.
Just everything flickers in the most inconsistent, awful way.
Yes.
Like it.
I'll take lead art role on that one. if
Is that
we're
what
looking,
fighting for?
yeah, if we're looking for it being bad, that I'm your guy.
I've got to do a lot of cleanup on my holes.
Man, I'm kind of mad at you, Rachel, that you brought some big eyes, but they're not an even number. Like it's
Oh,
or
I
like
have more.
there aren't. Oh, okay.
I have like a.
This is the part where I reveal that I've already started with the smaller eyes, so it's okay.
Oh.
You're fine.
But I do have a lot.
where,
I'm
wait,
thinking of
where
cutting this
did
in
the
half.
like?
Where
I
did
guess
they-
where do they come from?
Seems
My
big.
mom.
Okay, but like, why did she
Let it
need
be
so
big.
many eyes?
Don't cut it down too much.
No, okay, I'll do a third. How about
All
that?
right, let me look at. Let me look.
It's
at
kind of impolite.
Look how
to-
big that is. That seems so
It's
far.
too
Would
far
you ask
out, but
someone?
it's too small.
yeah, you're
laterally.
right.
Well, I
It should
can't.
be. It should be.
Like something don't look a
bigger
gift
here,
horse.
but not
somehow,
bigger.
something.
I can't fix it.
You can make another one.
No, I can't. I'm out of stuff.
Use Kyle's pumpkin.
You're right. He's not used to it.
True.
Only
So
if I
one
don't
of the
notice.
things I was going to try and do is cut a thick layer off the cap that can be
Oh,
the
yeah.
foundation. What do you think?
Uh,
So like if you cut, keep so it works.
Yeah.
What
Then
are
you
we
have
doing with these
excess
pumpkins when
meat.
we're done?
We put them out front. Hope. What do you wait?
Sounds-
Oh, dang, that's.
What are you gonna? Are you gonna do anything for the bumps?
Yeah, I was
see,
going
you're
to
gonna,
try to
Toothpick some of the
Basically-
little craters.
make some craters.
Oh my god.
And
This-
ideally, his skin is going to be thin enough that that works.
This is
But
so great.
That'll probably fail.
I'm just gonna steal ideas that Eric's already done too, because I'm gonna try to do that little carving thing you
There
did
you
for
go.
the eyes.
Scrape down the eye.
Yeah.
You should. Because the irises on yours are brighter than the rest
Yeah.
of your pumpkin. The rest of the eye, I should say.
Nicole, they're not googly eyes.
They're
But
not.
They are eyes.
They're not googly eyes.
Doing our best.
Oh, okay, good. We're fine. Everything's
Oh, dude,
good.
there's a ton of people in the chat. I hadn't even looked yet.
Oh, that's cool. Now, okay, all right. I feel like I'm
The
not.
one time we're not showcasing
like-
the game.
hey, I'll repeat. Everyone, go to Steve. Look at Verbal's early access.
I did see the sheep lover John.
Hey,
He's
okay.
watching us and then also playing the game.
Oh, that's so
Aw.
sweet.
Sheep Lover John said the thing that I think is like the most true thing I've seen someone say about the bosses, which is it feels like old school video game bosses in the best way.
Oh, that means a
It's
lot.
like
Every-
you go and you find the guy and there's weak spots and you go
Oh.
and it's just it's the bosses
The-
are so fun.
Like that is every time
Rachel,
someone
can you
says
pass
that,
me a
my
napkin?
I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
you get it, yeah.
It's also like I don't know about you, Eric, but we love Ratchet and Clank.
yeah,
It's one. It's the-
undeniable.
Yeah, it is a game series that made me honestly inspired a lot of me wanting to make games. And so anytime someone's like, "Yeah, it feels like Ratchet and Clank," I'm like, "Oh my god, it feels so good." It's like that's all I wanted to hear.
Am I like Mario?
Maybe one day.
No.
think that's empty.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh,
Oh,
you could just.
that's probably from last
Yeah.
night.
I'll dump
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Ooh.
All right, we're gonna see
Okay. I
how
feel
much we can add to this guy.
I've also stolen this almost the whole time, so
That
if you
is-
need this, let me know.
We've got.
Oh, okay, good. I was
We're
like,
covered.
I was like, let me borrow it, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep it. Okay, this works so well.
I don't think this is gonna work. I need a better tool. What would I use? I wanted to try and like hollow out a cone in his like
Okay.
inner pupil.
Oh, that's
Jeez.
cool.
Oh, this is working. I just have to like
Oh boy.
not screw it up.
By the way, I think Ryan loses all of his credit for having a neat and tidy workspace for tearing through the tablecloth.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Okay. That
It's like
Rachel.
a secret scoring category at the end.
I'm very glad Rachel was very smart to put a plastic sheath underneath. It is fun.
yeah.
You know, I mentioned this to Ty and Peggy, our the owners and principal, Ty, principal of Boulder Games,
Still dropping stuff.
and the immediate fear they had of how messy we would be
Yeah.
shot across their eyes.
It was very prominent.
Yeah, it
so-
was like it wasn't even an excitement for a second. It was just
It was
a oh
like,
god,
really?
children, no.
Peggy called us children recently.
She did.
We had it coming.
She'll always be our work mom.
I'd like to think that we'll reach a point where we don't need that.
No, I
I
love
will
Peggy. I
always
want her to be
my
my
work
work mom.
mom.
Yeah.
I need that.
I'll call her for the rest of my life just to check in. Much to maybe her chagrin.
Yeah. She's like, ah, shit.
It's like this guy again.
Can't get rid of him.
She has caller ID. She doesn't have to answer.
That's true. All right. Man.
Ryan starts changing his number.
So I want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. I need to do two things. I think. One. I think I'm gonna need to carve. I think I'm gonna need to shed the outer skin of the eyebrows.
Yep.
Oh, like the.
Yeah, to make them look like that. Which already is gonna be a pain.
seems
Two, I kind of want to do something to let light come out for the under the eyebrows or something.
Oh.
But
That you carve in instead of sticking.
I'm thinking that's what I'm wondering if I stick. I don't think I stick first, but somehow I want to plan out maybe
Oh, I
an
see.
underlining a hole underneath the eyebrow.
So you want a thin line of pumpkin and then a hole and then the eyebrow.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really interesting challenge.
Listen, I'll take the challenge, but more will it look okay after? Will it look cool or is that just dumb? That's really the question.
I don't
part's
know
on
that it's a
you.
great call, technically or artistically.
Okay,
if,
well,
if you
see,
want, if you want to pull an Icarus, it'll be really entertaining for me.
That's
so,
you're not, hey, maybe for content, I do it no matter what. Well, let me try and shave these first. That's
Rachel, are you going to judge the competition?
I
Or
think
are you going to be involved in it? Are you almost done?
Yeah, Rachel's behind.
there is
Yeah,
gonna catch
I'll
up.
be the judge.
I really think. I mean, if we
I
have
get it, though. I
if we
deserve to
have
be the
time,
That's true.
Yes, you do. I totally agree.
yeah.
Gutting pumpkins is disgusting.
I was like, if we have time to finish and show. I mean, I really think chat should really be the judges,
This is
Yeah.
true.
and everyone
We can finish-
Ryan, what's that knife made of?
metal.
What's
Which you
what's
guys
the,
are at
how,
the
what
30
is
mo-
is
minute
can
mark.
it cut your finger?
Not when I'm skilled.
Okay, so then the way
should be
that you're
careful.
cutting right now is wrong. You
No,
should
I'll
not do that. You
I'll
will
be
hurt yourself.
fine. I was in Cub Scouts.
If you were in Cub Scouts, you would know to not do the exact thing you're doing.
Ryan,
I can't stress
We
enough.
already
I
told you we're not giving advice to children.
yeah.
Think how much harder it's going to be to do keyboard shortcuts. Like
You're not wrong.
the
Listen,
numpad is going to be so difficult to use.
listen. We didn't learn knife safety in Cub Scouts. All right, we didn't
Were
get to
you
that
only
part.
in Cub Scouts, or were you also in Boy Scouts?
No, just Cub Scouts.
Okay.
We
so
did a
that-
lot
that
with
tracks.
Jello. My
Cutting it?
no, we made it, and that was somehow a science experiment.
Kitchen chemistry, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have a Pinewood Derby, which I won, even though a wheel came off. I'm
for fastest.
Yeah.
I see. Is there like a meta for Pinewood Derbies?
I
guess
really
it's the,
don't- I
it's the
have
thing
no
is the kids aren't supposed to know about the meta game, and so therefore
Well,
like
the trick is you gotta just graphite the hell out of your wheels.
I would say mathematically, I'm like it's just sending something down a slope. So I'm sure there is a physics
the heaviest, like streamliniest thing.
Well,
Oh,
fun.
did you guys not do CO2 cartridges?
thing. No.
No.
Oh,
I don't think they were letting us self-propel these vehicles when I was doing it.
I certainly did.
You're
And those things hit the backstop at about 200 miles an hour.
When I
Oh,
did
the
it,
good old days.
the good old days before the
was
South
bad
Park
at it.
episode.
and the person who won our competition just took the block, didn't paint it, didn't carve it, just put the wheels on it, graphited them up really good, and won every
Oh
single
wow.
race.
Dang.
It turns out there's not that much air resistance going that slow, that size.
On that size
Yeah.
object.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I think this is this
cleaned up his
eyebrow's
mouth a little bit.
salvageable.
Oh, those look pretty good.
Almost there, maybe.
Yeah. Just wait, you put
Oh,
you put-
nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
The thing is,
I'm
I've got
Yeah,
impressed.
to,
you've
I've
gotta-
got to make
you've
them
gotta
stick
actually
without
show-
toothpicks.
You've got to show the camera.
Why
for
do you
just
need to
a
make them
second.
stick without toothpicks?
Or
Put the
well,
eyebrows on
I think the
everything.
forks are going to be kind of a difficult part. Also, this does imply that I need wings, and I'm
Ooh.
worried about that part.
We have paper. You could always paper mache some wings.
That is
Paper
true.
might actually
Just tear
that might
some
be
of
the
the paper
plan.
off of Ryan's area and
We have paper in the office, guys. We
I
don't
think
gotta
this-
take it
I
from
think
my
this
area.
camera is it could be closer. But
Question. Does the
Yes.
pressure of development feel more or less weighty now that you've launched into early access?
Definitely more.
Oh yeah, way more. Way more. Because it's we have a promise to make sure we finish stuff, which is great because it actually means we finish stuff. But it's also like it's now more than just a personal promise.
I guess on the other half of it, it feels like it gives you. I feel like there's some momentum where it's
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
definitely we've seen it go out there, and we already know how to do a lot of it, and
Yeah.
so.
Also, hey, seeing
both-
people
yeah.
seeing people get it and play it and like it. Thanks for everyone who has so far. That helps a lot. Like,
Oh yeah, the we know what we're doing.
yeah.
Let's do more of it.
Yeah, like I mean exactly like validation. Also, just like indie dev is a AAA
It's a
game.
solitary experience.
Yeah, I mean really
But, yeah.
like indie dev is like making art and hoping everyone likes it, but also your business is on the line. Like it's like it is both. It's a gamble in that. So it's like seeing if people enjoy it and actually like what you've made kind of gives that. Oh, there's hope at the end of the tunnel kind of thing.
And that'll be February, the next 4 months.
That's the goal.
honestly, it kind of does look like a verbal. Not bad.
That's
Yeah.
hey.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
This has got to be like on Family Feud of just like, what does this look like? First one, and just verbal, 88%.
Yeah. Show me verbal. Now, which element? That's
Oh, you didn't say fire
Yeah,
verbal.
say,
That was the top one.
They're so lax about the rules on Family Feud.
yeah.
I feel like I'd still fail at it.
Yes.
All right, I was able to successfully cut the bottom
Ooh.
of my cap off
Yeah. Wait. So, what were you gonna use this for?
for his eyebrows
Oh,
because
wow,
my pieces
yeah.
aren't big enough.
Ah.
Okay, free real estate.
Bur-
Now,
Brows.
wait. I'm pretty sure this is true, but these guys have tongues, right?
Oh, yes, they do.
I
Have
might.
you seen the Twitch icon?
I was like, I might steal.
that guy's got a lot of tongues.
I might steal your idea then and use it maybe to make
That's a
his
good
tongue.
idea. I wish I hadn't split my mouthpiece in half.
Stealing ideas, my main skill. All right. Oh wait, you said this is just a bad idea overall. All right. Well,
What's a bad idea overall?
me trying to do a light underneath thing.
Like, I feel like the pumpkin's just gonna collapse. Or
Well-
the part of it that's thin will collapse.
Not wrong. How about this? Because holes are cool. What do we think about the Fireball has like spots kind of around them?
Yes, that's a good
Should I
idea.
just do little? No. Should I just do little like spots kind of around them?
If we had like a potato peeler, then like that could be like the indent. Knife skills.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could
that's
be
it.
like the indent there, but like making them full holes, I think could work too.
That's
Like getting the light.
oh man, that's so scary. Yeah, I want. Oh man,
What part do you want to make a hole? Oh, the
These
glowing
little,
bits?
Yeah, these little spots.
Do you know what? Ah, do this. Take like a piece of this just cut a cylinder into it. Cut it into a cylinder.
Yeah.
And then slice them into slices, so
Like-
you've got a bunch of thin little
here.
pimples you can put on it.
I could do
like
that, but well, I mean, that I will do for sure. It's more just I was hoping to like get more light out of here,
Oh yeah.
but maybe the safer play is to just do something like that.
Do you know what you could do that would be fun? Maybe. Is do you see how Eric's got like divots in the pupils here?
Yeah.
Do something
Oh,
like that around the edges. That'll be some like difficult carving stuff.
That's true.
Your phone's almost out of batteries because you're just
Oh.
leaving it on.
I am. Well, I need this. I need this reference, guys. Can't do this off my brain.
That's the thing. If you're on the stream and you're thinking like, oh, I'm not a good artist, I always have to use reference. Oh my God, every professional artist uses reference, except for maybe Eric, because they need it. If your art is not good without reference, use reference, and then your art will be good, and it's fine.
I blame my elementary school teacher who gave me so much chagrin for tracing that really just scarred me.
It's not quite the same as using reference.
I know, but when
it's
you're
not quite the same
listen,
thing.
when you're 7 years old, it really just scars you, man.
Are we really doubling down on Ryan's chagrin right now?
My
Like,
chagrin,
it's kind
bro.
It's kind of like, I don't know, man.
Dude, I bumped into my art teacher from middle school at the public library a couple of years ago, and I was all excited, like, oh, I'm a professional artist now, and I was thinking in my head I should tell her that she had an effect on my on my profession. And then I realized that one of the reasons that I never think about her is because while I was painting something that I thought was good and that I enjoyed, she came up and she was like, "Can I be honest? I was in middle school. Can I be honest?
be honest?"
I hate this piece."
Wow.
Did she wait for you to say
Childhood
yes?
art teachers might be evil?
Yeah.
That's why I became an art teacher, is to
And
like
that's-
to stunt as many children.
Yeah.
Artistry.
Hey, those who
Pool
can't
of artists needs to be shrank.
those
Yeah.
those who can't do teach, and those who teach art need to make sure no one else can do.
To be fair, I was not very good.
Yeah.
So you're in middle school.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Sorry, but like also the phrasing of can I be honest, and then like not waiting for the person to say yes, just like just
Well, I think she did wait. But, like, what's a
this is my headcanon.
14-year-old
This is
gonna
my
say? Is a 14-year-old gonna be like,
Yeah,
no,
please
I
don't.
don't want your opinion, my teacher.
Keep it to yourself.
Oh my goodness.
I
Are you
wonder if she was
freaking out
going
just a
through
little
something.
bit about my mess here?
Oh, right.
This is the garbage,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Ah, I keep trying to make triangles out of pumpkin meat, and it's
I did
difficult.
some additional internal carving. So.
I did slight divots.
Wait, are you done, right?
No, I'm trying to basically find more detail to add. And there's a lot of options, but ones that excite me are less so. I want to do a tongue for sure, so that's probably the next thing I'm gonna do.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Are forks our only option for
Wait a
sticking
second.
things together?
In the chat,
Yeah,
Am
unless
I
you want to try
truly-
sticky notes.
Oh
in
my
the
god.
chat, Super Wonder Frog is talking about wanting to give away a game, and everybody in the chat has the game already.
Oh,
Is it true that like the next person who joins, it's not even like we can advertise this. The next person who joins
We'll just get a game. It'll happen.
Is that a real thing?
Tell
That's-
your friends.
that's-
Well,
Now
last
that you're mentioning it,
yeah. Well, last time we just did a beanie, I think, instead.
Oh, I'm so curious.
Wait, did we give out a beanie?
Yeah,
Gonna
it was my
stumble
dad.
into a free copy.
Ah, I should have brought toothpicks. Oh man.
I know.
Oh.
I don't know if this is gonna work out.
Oh, the forks.
Ryan, no, Ryan can't win. Don't say that.
Ryan can't win, but I'm helping.
It's true.
I'm on Ryan's team.
A win for me is a
Robert
win
and
for
Ryan
Robert.
can't win. This is important. Rachel,
Oh.
you've got to step up.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Rachel doesn't have to step up. She's judging, and I can all but guarantee
Ah, yeah.
that she's not gonna
So you
let
just have
me
to
and
pick the
Ryan
right
win.
person.
Yeah. it's like, thanks, Robert.
She's gonna be like, oh, Ryan, that's some really good work, Robert. I appreciate the help that you gave Ryan. You lose.
Can I just?
We're mean to her.
This sounds like my friends when we're playing board games with them. They just make it try
Are
and make
they
it so
in
I
fact
can't win.
mean to you?
That's.
They are very mean.
It's mostly Ryan.
I'll call out. I'll
Let's be
call
real.
out my friends here. The last time we all had an in-person board game session. I won so many games in a row that they had to lie to me so that I didn't win the last one,
Uh-huh.
and I
What
believed
did they
them.
lie to you about?
The end score,
Who?
and
What
I
were you
believed
playing?
them. That one might have been the game my friend has been working on his
cool.
board game.
Oh, you beat him at his own game
You're done.
repeatedly.
Actually, yeah, but honestly, it wasn't that friend who lied. It was the other two that I beat. So, I think the friend who made the game was just happy to see it being played.
Got to try and see if I can get these stuck on.
God, I wish I had a bigger butcher knife.
I know.
Do you want this one?
It's the same size.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna go.
Be safe.
I will. Thanks, Dad.
So, well, you keep getting your a serrated sharp knife close to your fingers.
Yeah, we're metal out here.
But the problem with the forks is
If
I
you were
need
metal, I
to.
wouldn't be worried because then the
need
knife
to
would
stab
dull
it with
itself
the
on you. You are not metal. I don't mean to be like your parent, but
No,
I
it's
also
okay.
don't want to see blood on stream.
It's all good. It's all good.
Blood on stream.
There we go.
Good noise.
There goes a finger.
I mean, I'm good.
Boy, is my face red.
No, that actually worked
Did you
decently
guys-
well.
Nobody got the reference. UHF? Weird Al? Not even Eric?
I do love Weird Al Yankovic, but I don't know him that
But
well.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all young developers.
We're all young developers.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, Eric, the youngest of all of us. Rachel, how old are you?
23.
Yeah, he's 21.
Don't I look
He's
at
our intern.
He's our intern.
Yeah, we really give big opportunities to the intern.
We really trust our interns here.
Yeah.
He does the funny voices sometimes.
What about?
I think this is gonna work, but I have to push him in far enough now.
Oh, dude, carve it into an S curve.
No.
Carving an S curve.
So, an S curve.
Uh-huh. It looks like an S.
Sorry, is this like the cool?
If you just
is this
draw
like
an
What does
cool
it
S?
look like
I
though?
will slap you.
Ha!
Yeah, that's an S.
Oh, hell yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
Except,
that looks
more tongue-like.
good.
I really thought you were just
There
gonna
is
do
some
the
carbon
cool
in
I will
S
try.
like that everyone draws in their
And
notebook.
it's a lot of cleanup.
I know. Well, hey, I have least pumpkin guts and most destroyed fucking paper here.
As long as you don't go through the plastic underneath.
God, this is.
No, honestly again.
I should not
that's-
have done this. This is bad.
Yeah, see, that's where I usually get to.
Got some horns.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all.
Something over the forks. I have to just guess. I have to guess where the fork is gonna come out.
Oh,
and hope
yeah.
that it's in line.
Are you poking it
It's-
from the inside?
Because there's no other way to do it. Like the forks are shaped in such a.
They're
such
You
a
the way
could,
they're shaped.
you could try poking it one way and then take it out, maybe
So
force it back
what
in.
I've learned:
Yeah.
take the knife and drill a little
make
pilot
a
hole,
little. I see.
Ah.
and then
yeah,
put them
that's
in
smart.
reverse so that you can just mash the thing on.
We have like a rubber ball over there that's pretty sturdy. If we want to try that as a mallet,
Rubber.
it's like that. It's
Oh,
like
just
a it's like a
medicine ball,
it's like a
aspirin?
lacrosse ball.
Okay.
I don't know why it's here, but
Fill it full of fork
Didn't we just
wounds.
find this on the floor one day?
maybe yeah.
Another office ball.
We're
Like,
all
they
game
just-
devs. I don't know one of us that
A
plays
new
sports.
variety of office balls.
You don't know one of us that plays sports.
Chat. Which
For
one of us
reals?
plays sports?
I mean, I know one of. Actually, I do know one who plays sports, and he doesn't work here anymore. And that was Evan.
Did he play sport?
Yeah, he plays volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all.
I love that he knew that and you
That's
didn't.
great. Evan is Rachel's brother.
Yeah.
Also, Eric used to be competitive in
What?
high school.
What?
I did lots of things. I did wrestling, football, track, and as an adult, I did kickboxing, BJJ.
Oh, wow.
What is BJJ?
Damn.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Ah, okay.
Did you and Devin ever fight?
That's why he left.
That's why he left.
There can only be one.
I'm
I'm out.
He fought Eric.
See, because I can't I mean, Verballs have big tongues.
They do. This is true.
It's like.
Wait, let me see.
All right, you got to pin it now. Pin it in.
Ah, okay. That's actually pretty great. I do really like
Oh,
that.
that looks
That
good.
is great. I love it.
Thank you. Yes, thanks.
I love how we were like, our pumpkin's going to be terrible, and they're
Actually,
actually pretty good. I like them.
Yes, undersell it so that you lower expectations.
It's all about
There you go.
expectations.
For when you get judged.
We're not gonna do that with Verballs though. We actually do think Verballs is good.
Yeah, Verbal is great. But that's because listen. No one's paying us to make pumpkins or to carve
the
pumpkins.
bosses are.
Well, I guess now technically, no one's paying us for the pumpkins.
That's true. That's
I mean, I work for Chimera, so I'm paying myself.
Yes, true. Ah, and now he has little fangs.
Also, 10-minute warning.
Oh
guys.
God!
Oh
Wait,
damn!
where'd the
this is
mallet
fast.
ball
It's the
go?
home stretch I've just got in my
The
hand.
mallet ball.
I'm not touching that thing now that it's going on pumpkin.
Well, here, if you want to mess with it, you can keep it. I'll figure out something
no,
else.
it's gross now.
Okay,
You've
I
already
didn't even touch a
pumpkin.
pumpkin yet. Well, now it is.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
some
cooties on
pumpkin
it.
guts at Robert.
I have to go somewhere
It's
after this.
it's like a
I
Halloween
have a
snowball.
night job.
Are you doing trivia tonight?
Yeah, I do my pub quiz on Wednesdays.
nice.
Do you ever come up with like, the quizzes yourself or no?
Oh God, no, no. The people who do the
Are you
the-
tempted to?
Yeah.
Are you
I
tempted
know
to
what
just
happened
like?
if you did.
Oh, if I just like
what they
wrote
did.
my own questions and
Oh,
answers
that
and
looks
stuck them
pretty
into the quiz.
Now I have to
Yeah.
figure out if I can put some craters in him. I'm gonna
Well,
do one on the backside first.
The quiz
Yeah.
runs in part online, and I can't enter my own questions onto like the web.
But if you had a
interface.
developer, then you really could mess with it. Just saying.
I'm not though. There's
Yeah,
a
if only
feature
you
that I've
had-
wanted from them for so long as a host, and
what?
they're not doing it. It's minor. It's just so that I can screw with the audience at the
Okay.
end.
There may be a reason why they don't want you to do it.
But it's like it was fairly standard fare pre-pandemic.
Ah, okay. Kiss the person next to you, or
No, I don't know if that would be okay. No, I have the option. If the players can't see the scores, then I have the opportunity to not tell people who've won. As I'm announcing winners, I can just get to like first and last place. There's only 2 teams left. I've announced every other score, then the 2 teams that don't know if they've won just have to wait for me to tell them if they've won, and then I talk about something else. Just,
Well,
just to build tension.
The hostage mechanic.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
That's good.
That one goes on there. This one goes here.
this is way harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, it's a car. Yeah. 4 hours later.
That's a voice actor we need for Verballs, actually.
It's the SpongeBob 4 hours later. We actually just get Simon, our resident French developer.
Yes. I
Oh,
also have
seen him in
Francois.
ages. Oh yeah, we got
OG.
Francois.
Oh, true.
We could just get one of us to do a bad French accent and want some money. Python.
Yes. That won't backfire at all.
That won't matter. As long as the game does poorly in France.
The French would love the Verballs though. I don't know why, but
Yes.
probably.
Hmm.
They look like baguettes.
Okay, there we go. It's somewhat stable. Okay. I didn't do the wings. I don't have the wings done.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
you have 8 minutes.
You have 8 minutes.
Oh, we got a judge,
Yeah.
so you have 5 minutes.
We can run stream
Yeah.
a couple minutes after.
He's gonna have one crater.
Where do we have?
Yeah, what a great. He's got just put a star on, put a paper star on it. It's like a pimple patch.
The crater is there because that's where he took damage. It's the hit reaction.
I can't like get into the
Oh, this
correct
guy get,
angle
like,
here,
way.
and the knife is not nearly sharp enough. Not nearly.
Eric, you're the only person
Yeah.
who I trust enough.
You probably shouldn't.
Do you want to sharpen
That
it?
is a bad call. No.
Just because I have a wood shop doesn't mean I should.
Oh, I also love woodworking, but I've not gotten to do it since high
You
school.
should do it at the North Boulder Makerspace.
I know, but
because
it's
you
like,
want to stay at the place where you work for too long.
yeah.
But I mean, I've been wanting to use that, and I have not.
It's always hard to like choose projects.
Yeah.
Do you know what I started doing like a couple years ago? I started every Sunday I was only gonna finish projects.
Well, how do you
Helps
ever
if you
begin
never
any?
start them.
Yeah.
Any other day of the week, I'm allowed to start
Oh,
a
I
project.
see,
But
I
on Sundays,
see, I see.
if I want to work on some my own personal stuff,
Has to be
only
finishing.
it has to be an existing project that I'm finishing.
I kind of like
I
the
see.
implication that if you don't have a project to finish, like you're punished and you just sit in bed and do nothing.
That's the thing is that you never don't have a project to finish because if
Actually,
you're
I
like
don't know
me,
if this is
Yeah, he
visible.
owns a home
you
now.
have
Come
massive
on.
backlogs.
This
Yeah,
might
true.
this might be like the best pumpkin I've ever carved.
Oh, yeah.
The tongue is nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
you're like it's like
Sounds
somewhere
solid.
close to like the barfing pumpkin vibe, but
Yeah.
like less lazy and
I
gross.
look so happy.
He's so happy.
and he definitely gives Verballs vibes.
Four balls vibes.
I've achieved the goal.
Okay, what do we got? We've got
We got 6 minutes. When you guys finish, you could probably try to bring it closer to the camera, but for sure, we'll take pictures, Nicole, and we'll post them in Discord.
All right, I'll try bringing
Yeah,
mine up
this
here.
is not working.
It's a good time to see if it falls and breaks.
so she says bring it closer to the camera. Did you already say that?
Rachel,
While
she
I
did.
walked away to look at the.
pull up my fire verbal in the top left?
Oh, yeah.
Do a direct comparison.
Yeah.
Hold that.
I can't remember which one it is. I really hope it was this one.
Well, you've turned the visibility off. You can't.
So close.
That's Meteor.
Old.
No.
So close.
So close. Okay.
Hey. Well, tongue's not out. But that's what we got. Oh,
My son.
weird.
That's
My boy!
fantastic. You gourd.
Yeah, the only thing missing is the saturation.
Well, how do I do it?
Camera settings.
Yeah, oh, okay.
If you were an artist, maybe you'd understand.
Yeah, maybe I'd get it.
Rachel,
Yeah.
fix the camera settings.
No.
Nah.
No.
Got 4.
I've got to put one more crater in him before I show him off. Wish me luck.
But yeah, Gatsby.
Don't cut your finger.
Must be.
Oh.
This is what
It'd
I
actually be
should've
so
done.
bad if you guys like dictate one of your fingers off. We were never gonna do this ever.
We
We're never
ne-
gonna do pumpkin carving again.
Only if we
I
told
feel
them.
like that's a pretty
Yeah, that'd be an
insignificant consequence.
Oh yeah. Well yeah.
Well, you
Says the
got
guy who doesn't like
you
it.
got 9 others.
Robert's just like they're not artists.
Yeah.
Like
It's
if
not
you,
right.
it's true. They don't need their
The two
hands.
aren't artists is that pumpkins are nasty.
What?
Carving them is
They're
grody.
so- they're fine.
They're
Do we have,
fine.
do we have scissors? Was I the only one who brought scissors into the office?
Probably.
Yeah. There was definitely.
Okay.
I think there was a point.
tear.
I'll gnaw it with my hands.
Origami.
There we go. All right. I'll bring him up there.
Now don't drop it. The next test.
Huzzah!
Wait a sec. Oh, there it is. Okay. I forgot there was a delay, and I looked over on my
Oh.
screen, and I was like, "He's not up there, Rachel."
Oh yeah, that one's good.
That does look good. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. This,
Oh, the
this-
eyebrows are good.
Somehow that one looks extra derpy.
Mine went to Juilliard.
Come on.
Uh,
Those wing slots.
Funny, when I was at the Spirit Halloween, they had like pumpkin carving set that was clearly like a Sonicare toothbrush with a saw blade on the end of it.
Oh,
And I was just like,
could
yeah, I really
Dang.
wanted to try it.
Aww. Okay. One down.
That would have been an unfair tool to bring.
Yeah, sure is.
Hey guys, you ready?
Yeah.
My pumpkin!
Yeah. Badass though. It's like coming with a chainsaw.
I would honestly be even more impressed.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Well, makes
Doing
sense.
the ball.
It's not my first pumpkin carving.
Yeah. Whoa, I didn't know this was amateur hour. Honestly, you know what? Paper wings, I feel work.
They work if you ignore all of the white paper.
Yeah.
Just, like it's non-diegetic.
To be
The
carved.
audience doesn't get to see it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have opacity mapping on that.
yeah,
On
exactly.
that shader, so we do
Yeah.
what we can.
So it's an artist's fault.
It's an artist's fault.
Yes.
It's the shader artist's fault. I think that makes it Gabe's fault.
True.
One of us.
There we go.
Alright. Now don't drop it, Kyle.
Oh my god, you were so fragile.
Use 2 hands, you crazy person.
No, he's gross.
See?
He's gross.
I don't want to touch it.
It's nasty.
It's like the Eraserhead baby.
Thank you.
Got it.
Guys.
Dude, I kind of like these. These turned out good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
that was,
really
like,
impressed.
Perfect timing, guys. 4:59.
459.
I feel like the eyebrows
You
for
did.
Meteor, like you've got them like in the recognizable shape for it.
Yeah.
I think that's
well,
the
this-
only
the
thing
scar.
saving my guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the scar actually like kind of.
Yeah, I'm trying to add
Did
more
you like
because
intentionally pick the bumpy side?
yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Well, I guess we forgot to say the main thing for tomorrow, which is Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh.
Happy Halloween.
I feel like that message was implied.
Yeah, but it needs to be said.
Uh-huh.
It's
We could have meant bad Halloween.
Yeah, bad Halloween. It's the Dark Lord's Day.
Rachel, do we have another patch in the next few weeks? That's an announcement.
Yeah.
Or?
Next week will be there is going to be a really fun special update next week on Tuesday.
Is it one of those special updates that we're not telling people about until the update?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But-
we have not gotten the update.
But we
from
insist
Nicole.
that it's fun.
We-
It
it
is
will
super
be, though.
fun. You'll love it.
You'll
Yep.
love it.
It's going to be amazing.
And then
Oh, wait, is that the thing you did today?
then on the 12th
No, that's part
we'll
of
be releasing
The
everything.
thing you did today was amazing.
So just things to look forward to in November. Cool.
Well, sweet.
Lots
Thanks.
of stuff coming up.
Lots of stuff coming up. If you haven't gotten early access, go check it out. Or
Yeah, it's
follow.
like just like $20.
It's $20.
Well,
That's
it's like-
the price of a dinner for 2.
Or one.
really a
It's
dinner
not
for
like
one.
you
These
are.
I mean, I don't know, in Boulder, Colorado.
Where do
it
you
sure is.
eat?
Yeah, no kidding. At
but-
Taco Bell, it's a price of
Taco
dinner
Bell.
for 2.
Otherwise, yeah, maybe if you haven't followed our Discord, follow Discord, and you can keep up with updates and stuff. And come watch us next Wednesday. We're probably doing something.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Bye, everybody.
Bye.